When someone you love dies, you call the local funeral home, the one with the family name that's been in town for generations. Except, there's a real chance it isn't local, isn't family-owned, and quietly belongs to a multi-billion-dollar corporation you've probably never heard of.
But there were a great many people who thought making money off the dead was inappropriate and off-limit.
This is the business of death, and how a handful of companies turned the worst day of your life into one of the most reliable profit streams in America.
SCI is the largest network of cemetery and funeral home providers in North America.
Start with a cold truth. Death is the one customer base that never runs out. Recessions come and go. Pandemics surge and fade. But the demand for funerals is perfectly, grimly steady. It can't be outsourced. It can't be delayed for long. And it can never go out of style. For an investor, that makes death care almost magical. A multi-billion-dollar industry with guaranteed recession-proof demand. And just like the car wash and the mattress store, this industry was historically fragmented thousands of small, family-owned funeral homes, each serving its own town, each carrying a trusted local name. A massive, profitable, sentimental industry split into tiny pieces. If you've been watching this series, you already know what that smells like to Wall Street. A roll-up waiting to happen. So it happened. Over the past few decades, large corporations quietly bought up thousands of independent funeral homes across the country. The biggest of them became the dominant force in American death care, operating well over 1,000 funeral homes and hundreds of cemeteries. But here's the genius and the unsettling part. When they buy your local funeral home, they usually keep its original name. The family name on the sign stays. The corporate parent stays invisible. Visual two identical-looking local funeral homes side by side. Same hidden parent revealed. So you walk in believing you're supporting a small, local family business, sitting with people who feel like neighbors, when in reality, you're a customer of a publicly traded corporation answerable to shareholders. The local face is the product. The consolidation is deliberately hidden because trust is the entire business, and nobody comparison shops their grief. The distress purchase, which brings us to why this business is so quietly lucrative. Economists have a phrase for a funeral: a distress purchase. You're grieving, you're exhausted, you're making expensive decisions within days, often within hours, with no time and no desire to shop around. And you're terrified of looking cheap when honoring someone you loved. That is, commercially speaking, the perfect customer. The markups on caskets alone can be enormous. Then come the packages, the upgrades, it's what they would have wanted. Every add-on is wrapped in love and guilt, which makes it almost impossible to refuse. High margins, captive customers, and a price list most people never think to question until the bill arrives. It got opaque enough that regulators stepped in. Decades ago, a federal rule was created requiring funeral homes to give you an itemized price list and to let you buy only what you actually want. You don't have to take the package. The problem? Investigations over the years have repeatedly found homes that bend or ignore those rules because they're betting you won't ask. A grieving family rarely demands the fine print. But the model is finally under real pressure from an unexpected direction. Cremation. It's far cheaper, increasingly preferred, and it quietly undercuts the high-margin traditional funeral the whole empire was built on. The most recession-proof business in America is being disrupted not by a competitor, but by a change of heart in how we say goodbye. So here's what to actually take from this. That comforting local funeral home may be a corporate brand. The prices are often negotiable, The packages are optional, and you are legally allowed to ask for the itemized list and choose only what you need. Knowing that in advance is the single best protection against being upsold on the worst day of your life. The car wash, the mattress store, the funeral home. The pattern is always the same. Take something ordinary and emotional, hide the corporation behind a friendly local face, and quietly turn it into a machine. Death was simply the most dependable version of all. I'm Uncle K. Thanks for watching this series. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.